Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-March 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. And once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight. And that's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind that it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the 10 of Arrows. So this is actually a Gemini energy here. And what I see with this is the 9 arrows all in one direction and then the single arrow pointed towards the cards on their side. So I feel like this is saying that in the past you might have communicated that you wanted to end things with this person. I feel like what primarily drove the decision though was that you might have just been feeling overwhelmed. Now for some of you could have been feeling overwhelmed as a direct result of the connection with this person, but for others of you it could just be saying that you might have just had too many other things going on to where you didn't really feel like you had the energy to put toward the connection. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the 10 of Wands. So this is actually Sagittarius energy here. And what stands out to me with this artwork could be pointing to the reason why you might have felt like you needed to end things. Maybe this person traveled often for work, for example, so you might have felt like it was too much of an inconsistent energy within the connection because of that, so you felt like you couldn't really build with the person. Or for some of you, even if they didn't necessarily travel for work, you might have felt like they were just putting too much energy into their work, right? So I feel like there could have been a mismatch as far as how much energy you would have liked for them to put to the connection versus how much they were actually able to. All right, in the present position on your side, we have Awakening, which is the equivalent of the Sun in traditional tarot, and the Six of Staves, which is Leo energy. So to me, this says you could have a really big shift in your energy to where you feel a lot more confident toward actually putting energy into this connection. For some of you, it could have been maybe you start to get some signs and synchronicities within your dreams, or possibly even hearing a song or seeing a sign somewhere that would actually lead you to think that maybe it was time to reconnect with this person. And part of this could even just be the fact that pretty soon we're going to have Venus moving into your sign, so that could be what's feeling that as well, especially given that you guys are ruled by Venus. All right, present energy on their side, we have the High Priestess. So seeing this energy here to me says they've probably withdrawn a little bit, right? I feel like maybe from your separation that might have actually forced them to go within and figure out what maybe contributed to that. So it could just be saying that they could be getting more tapped into their spiritual sides currently, but at the same time, I feel like they're not necessarily communicating with you outright. They're just trying to feel out what went wrong and why. All right, future energy on your side, we have Fertility. So this is actually the equivalent of the Empress in traditional tarot. It definitely seems to be an indicator that you guys will actually get things on the right track with this person, given that this usually is a Taurus energy too. Could even just be pointing to a timeline saying that as we get toward the season, right, toward the end of April, that could be when you're feeling this energy a bit more. And of course, this could, obviously, with fertility, it stands out a little bit more with this deck in particular, but it could also point to potential pregnancy. So if you guys are within the age group to expect something like that, just be on the lookout for that. And future energy on their side, we have the Five of Pentacles. So usually with the Five of Pentacles energy in a lot of decks, you get an energy of being left out in the cold. To me, this almost looks like the aftermath of that, as far as if you look at the artwork here. They definitely look pretty happy, right? So to me, this is almost what happens after that Five of Pentacles, where, like I said, it looks like you guys did go through some kind of a separation, but now it looks like there's actually reuniting in a positive way and actually building from that Five of Pentacles point. So definitely looks like a positive there too. And this is actually another Taurus card also, so this could be another indicator that as we actually get right into the start of Taurus season, toward the end of April, that's when you'll actually feel that shift. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Seven of Cups. So this is actually a Scorpio energy here, and it could just be saying that for a lot of you, maybe that was what it was, right? Where similar to that Ten of Arrows energy I was talking about, where You just might not have felt sure if you could actually see yourself building a connection with this person, but at the same time, you might have found that they were constantly on your mind anyway, right? Where if we look at the artwork there, looks like this figure is not necessarily in the room with this person, but obviously they're on their mind. So that could have been what you guys were feeling. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is actually a Capricorn energy here. And usually this is an energy that represents wanting to build. But in this deck as well, I also get the energy of someone who actually tries to test the strength of a connection. So maybe this is saying that, you guys have gone through some tests and now they might feel confident that, okay, we've made it through that storm. Now I feel confident to actually build and move forward with the connection. All right, moving on to your oracle cards now. First, we'll see what we get from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. And I'm going to be looking for unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you as well. So let's see what comes up. All right, and got one there. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. And got one there. All right, so first let's see the one that we got on your side. Okay, we have worry. It says, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I'm overthinking everything. What will everyone else think? So yeah, reading this, the first thing that comes to mind actually is for some of you, maybe this is actually a dynamic where you might have actually both been in the same work environment. So I definitely picked up on this, that there was some kind of a work dynamic playing in some way where, like I said, maybe they just travel a lot for work, but for some of you, maybe you're even within the same work environment with them. But if that's not the case, it could just be one of those things where maybe at the time when you communicated you wanted to end things with this person in the past, it might have felt like such a definitive thing that now you could be second guessing, like, oh, okay, now all of a sudden, what if I get back with this person? What's everyone else going to think about that, right? So that could be what's playing out there. And on their side, we have secrets. All right, and it won't focus. There we go. It says, I hid something from you, and I'm afraid to tell you about it. So yeah, interesting message there. I don't necessarily see this as anything nefarious per se. The High Priestess energy can sometimes come across as a secretive energy, but to me, I would say more than anything, what they would be hiding, quote unquote, might be just the fact that they actually did take the connection more seriously than you might have thought in the past. But, they might have just came to that realization with the High Priestess in the present that, okay, yeah, maybe they were putting their emphasis on the wrong areas of life. Like I said, for the majority of you, it looks like it was more of a career thing with them. So that's what I see with that. All right. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Just a single card from this one, just to give us general advice to wrap the reading up with. Got one there. Okay, you got Chop Wood. There's the artwork, and the number is 42. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, the relationship message says, nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So yeah, definitely a good message there, especially like I said, with that past energy. I feel like you guys might have just had a lot of anxiety around the connection, or like I said, maybe just multiple things going on in your lives that were just causing that anxiety to where you felt too overwhelmed to really engage in this connection with the way it was in the past. But like I said, it looks like you guys will be working through that in a positive manner. So hopefully that resonated with you guys, and we're up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.